China is a land where nature and legend intertwine, from misty mountains and ancient rivers to vast plateaus that touch the sky. Each landscape tells a timeless story. Stone forests shaped by the earth, golden valleys glowing at dawn, and rivers that mirror the heavens. These breathtaking wonders invite travelers to explore not just the beauty of China, but the deep spirit and harmony that flow through its land and people. Hidden deep in Yunnan province lies the stone forest, Shilin, a breathtaking masterpiece carved by nature over 270 million years. Stretching across rolling hills, this vast labyrinth of limestone pillars rises like a petrified forest frozen in time. From afar, the gray spires resemble trees turned to stone. Up close, they form narrow paths, secret chambers, and echoing canyons that whisper with the wind. The stone forest is not just a geological wonder, it's a living legend. Local folklore tells the story of Ashima, a beautiful Sani girl turned to stone after being forbidden to marry her true love. Her silhouette still stands among the rocks, a symbol of eternal love and resilience. For the Sani people, Shilin is sacred ground, where they dance, sing, and celebrate the Torch Festival, filling the silent stones with life once more. Walking through the forest feels like entering another world. The air is cool and still, carrying the scent of moss and ancient earth. Rays of sunlight slip through towering formations, casting ever-changing shadows on the ground. Every turn reveals a new sculpture shaped by wind and rain, dragons, towers, swords, and faces that seem almost alive. Beyond its beauty, Shilin holds a quiet truth. Time is the greatest artist. The same forces that once buried the sea floor now raise these colossal stones toward the clouds. Standing in the midst of this gray ocean, you can feel both small and infinite, a humble witness to Earth's power and patience. The stone forest reminds every traveler that even the hardest rock was once soft, and every miracle begins with change. Rising high above the clouds, Mount Everest, Komolangma, stands as the world's highest peak, a silent guardian of the Himalayas and a sacred symbol for both Tibetans and climbers around the globe. At 8,148 meters above sea level, Everest is more than a mountain. It is the meeting point between earth and sky, where human determination is tested against nature's purest form of majesty. On the Tibetan side, the journey begins across vast plateaus, brushed with prayer flags fluttering in the wind. As travelers approach the Rongbuk Monastery, the world's highest temple, the view opens to an awe-inspiring panorama of the north face of Everest. The mountain glows gold at sunrise, its summit piercing through layers of mist and thin air. Locals call it Komolangma, meaning Goddess Mother of the World, a name that carries reverence and humility. For centuries, monks and mountaineers alike have looked upon Everest as a sacred challenge, not to conquer, but to understand. The harsh winds, the biting cold, and the silence at high altitude strip away all illusions of control. Each breath feels heavy yet alive, as if inhaling the essence of the heavens themselves. Standing before Everest, time seems to stop. You feel the pulse of the planet beneath your feet and the vast stillness above. It is here that people realize how small, yet extraordinary the human spirit can be. Komolangma teaches that true greatness is not found in reaching the top, but in the courage to face the climb. A journey of surrender, awe, and profound respect for the forces that shape both mountains and souls. Flowing gracefully through the heart of Guangxi Province, the Li River, Lijiang River, is a living masterpiece, a place where water, mist, and mountains merge into one timeless painting. Stretching 83 kilometers from Guilin to Yangshuo, the river winds past limestone peaks, bamboo groves, and sleepy fishing villages, creating one of the most poetic landscapes in all of China. At dawn, Thin layers of fog drift across the emerald water, and fishermen with cormorant birds glide silently on bamboo rafts. The air is calm, filled only with the soft splash of paddles and the echo of distant flute music. Every bend reveals a new wonder. Peaks shaped like scroll paintings, cliffs rising like dragon spines, and reflections so vivid they blur the line between earth and sky. Among its most famous views is the scene printed on the 20 yuan banknote, where the karst mountains and the river's curve form a perfect harmony of nature's design. It's no surprise poets and painters have celebrated this region for centuries, calling it the best landscape under heaven. A journey along the Li River is more than sightseeing. It's an immersion into serenity. Cruising downstream feels like drifting through a dream, where time slows, colors soften, and the world becomes still. At sunset, as the light fades behind the peaks, the river mirrors the glow of the sky, turning gold and silver. The Li River reminds travelers that beauty doesn't shout, it whispers. It speaks through water and wind, through silence and reflection. In this tranquil realm, you don't just see the scenery, you feel it. A quiet conversation between the soul and the eternal rhythm of nature. Carved between towering cliffs of the Jade Dragon Snow Mountain and the Haba Snow Mountain, the Tiger Leaping Gorge in Yunnan is one of the deepest and most dramatic river canyons in the world. The mighty Jinsha River, a main tributary of the Yangtze, roars through the narrow gorge, creating a scene of raw, untamed power that leaves travelers both humbled and exhilarated. Legend says a tiger once leapt across the river at its narrowest point, escaping a hunter, and so the gorge earned its name. Standing on the rocky edge where the river churns below, it's easy to imagine the fierce courage of that tiger as the waves crash against stone with thunderous force. The sound is constant and alive, echoing through the cliffs like the heartbeat of the earth itself. The trek along Tiger Leaping Gorge is a journey through contrasts. Steep paths that wind through mountain farms, mist-covered ridges, and roaring river bends. Every step offers a new perspective, from peaceful terraces of green to dizzying drops that reveal the river's foaming depths far below. The view from the upper trail feels like standing at the border between heaven and earth. Despite its wildness, the gorge is a place of quiet reflection. Here, among the roaring water and trembling cliffs, you begin to sense the delicate balance between strength and surrender. The mountains have stood for millions of years, yet the river still carves its path, a reminder that persistence, not power, shapes the world. Tiger Leaping Gorge is more than a natural wonder. It is a story of defiance and harmony, where nature's might meets the timeless spirit of resilience. Rising above the misty landscape of Yangtze, Tianmen Mountain, the Heaven's Gate of Hunan, is a realm where earth and sky meet in breathtaking harmony. Its name, meaning Gate of Heaven, comes from a colossal natural arch that pierces the mountain's face, a 131-meter-high opening said to connect the mortal world with the divine. The journey to Tianmen is an adventure in itself. Visitors ascend through the world's longest cable car ride, gliding over lush valleys and winding cliffs for nearly 30 minutes. Below, the 99 Bends Road twists like a silver dragon, a ribbon of asphalt curling up the mountainside in a mesmerizing pattern. When the clouds part, the view unfolds like a living scroll, mountains floating in mist, peaks glowing under the sun. At the top, the glass skywalk clings to the cliff edge, transparent beneath your feet, revealing the dizzying drop of more than 1,000 meters. With each cautious step, thrill mixes with awe, a feeling of both fear and freedom. The air is crisp, the silence profound, broken only by the whisper of the wind. Legends say Tianmen's gate opened after a massive cliff collapse nearly 2 millennia ago, a celestial sign believed to be heaven's way of touching the earth. Today, it remains a sacred symbol for those seeking courage and enlightenment. Standing before the arch as sunlight streams through its opening, you feel a quiet truth. To reach heaven, one must first face the heights within. Tianmen Mountain is not merely a destination. It's a spiritual ascent, a place where the impossible becomes possible and where every step leads closer to the sky. Flowing through the heart of China, the three gorges of the Yangtze River, Kutang, Wu, and Shilin, form one of the most spectacular river landscapes on Earth. Stretching between Chongqing and Hubei, this 193-kilometer stretch of the Yangtze is a grand symphony of water, rock, and mist, where nature's strength meets poetic grace. The Kutang Gorge, the shortest and most dramatic, greets travelers with sheer cliffs that rise like stone walls guarding an ancient kingdom. Its narrowest point spans barely 100 meters, where the river roars with unstoppable energy. The Wu Gorge follows, winding through 12 majestic peaks often veiled in clouds. The most famous being the Goddess Peak, said to be the spirit of a celestial maiden watching over the sailors below. Finally comes Shilin Gorge, the longest of the three, known for its deep whirlpools, hidden caves, and tranquil stretches of jade-green water. Cruising through the three gorges feels like drifting through a living painting. Villages cling to mountain slopes, temples rest on misty ridges, and echoes of ancient poems seem to float along the current. The sunlight dances on the water by day, and lanterns reflect gently by night, turning the river into a ribbon of gold. Beyond its beauty, the three gorges tell the story of China's soul: endurance, transformation, and harmony with the elements. The construction of the Three Gorges Dam nearby added a modern note to this timeless landscape, reminding travelers that even as the river changes, its spirit remains eternal. Here, amid mountains and water, you realize that life, like the Yangtze, flows ever onward, powerful, patient, and infinitely deep. In the highlands of Yunnan province, far from the crowded cities, lies a hidden masterpiece known as the Dongchuan Red Land, a vast living canvas painted by nature herself. Spread across rolling hills near Kunming, this landscape is famous for its striking red soil, colored by rich deposits of iron and minerals that glow under the changing light. At sunrise, the earth burns with fiery tones of crimson and copper. By sunset, it softens into layers of gold, green, and violet. The mosaic of colors shifts with every season. Fields of wheat, potatoes, and canola flowers weave through the red hills, creating a breathtaking contrast that looks more like an oil painting than reality. From above, Dongchuan feels surreal, an artist's palette scattered across the horizon. Villages rest quietly among the slopes, their whitewashed houses and smoke trails blending with the landscape. Farmers tend to their land in silence, their movements rhythmic and timeless, as if part of the scenery itself. The best views can be found at Luoxiagao and Damakan, where the undulating terrain and soft mist at dawn turn the entire valley into a dreamscape. Unlike many tourist destinations, Dongchuan remains peaceful and pure, untouched by mass crowds. It offers not just a view, but a feeling, a reminder of the bond between Earth and those who live upon it. Standing at the edge of these crimson fields, you can feel the pulse of life beneath your feet, the quiet heartbeat of a land that has endured and evolved for centuries. Dongchuan Red Land is nature's own painting, vivid, humble, eternal. A place where color becomes emotion, and the earth itself tells its story without a single word. From the misty peaks of Tibet to the crimson hills of Yunnan, China's natural wonders reveal a world where earth, water, and sky move in perfect harmony. Each landscape, carved by time, shaped by legend, carries its own heartbeat, inviting us to pause, breathe, and remember how beautiful our planet truly is. If these journeys stirred your imagination, let them also awaken your wanderlust. There are countless more places waiting to be seen, stories waiting to be told, and moments waiting to be felt. Subscribe to our channel and join us as we continue exploring the hidden miracles of the world, one breathtaking scene at a time. Let's travel, feel, and fall in love with Earth together.